You've learned to carry more than your share, to keep things together when everyone else falls apart. You smile, you nod, you fix. And yet, beneath the calm exterior, a quiet loneliness lingers. You wonder if anyone sees the cost, if anyone notices that maturity came at the price of your own needs. Being the mature one isn't about age, it's about early responsibility. Sometimes it starts in childhood, when your parents leaned on you to stay calm, to manage emotions, to keep peace, or when friends or siblings expected you to be the steady one. You learned to regulate your own feelings before they even fully formed. You became the emotional scaffold for others, and over time, your own feelings became optional. The lived experience can feel like this. You show up for everyone else's pain. You listen, you advise, you protect. But when it's your turn, there's only silence or guilt for even needing help. Psychologists call this pattern parentification, when a child's role shifts from being cared for to being the caretaker. It's not inherently bad. Many develop remarkable resilience, but resilience has a shadow: unaddressed emotional needs. It's important to pause here. You are not broken. You are not defective. Your early maturity is a skill. It allowed you to navigate chaos. It taught you empathy, patience, and responsibility. But like any skill, it has trade-offs. Emotional suppression may have helped you survive, but it didn't help you thrive. This is why so many mature individuals feel lonely even in a crowd. Your world praises your steadiness, but rarely rewards the parts of you that are still learning to feel safe being vulnerable. To understand why this happens, let's look at the brain. Your prefrontal cortex, the executive center, learned early to regulate your emotions. It tells your amygdala, the brain's alarm system, stay calm. Stay calm. Every time you managed someone else's storm, your brain strengthened these circuits. Imagine your emotions like a river. Parentification builds levees along the banks. The water keeps flowing, but inside it's diverted, contained, hidden. The river is still there, but the landscape above looks serene. And because your survival relied on control, the brain often interprets your own needs as risky. Vulnerability triggers the same alarm circuits you learned to suppress, so you avoid expressing feelings even to those you trust. The result is quiet loneliness, or a sense of carrying a weight no one else can see. There is a way to reclaim your emotional self without sacrificing your emotional growth. Here are 5 psychologically grounded steps. 1. Recognize the role you adopted. Label it. Name it. Parentification, early maturity, caretaker role. Cognitive psychology shows that labeling patterns reduces their unconscious power. When you identify the script you've been following, you gain choice. 2. Validate your unmet needs. Behavioral psychology tells us unmet needs that remain unacknowledged grow stronger over time. Take time to recognize the emotions you suppressed: fear, sadness, longing. Allow yourself small acts of self-compassion. Even noticing your own pain is a radical act of care. 3. Set emotional boundaries. Neuroscience confirms the brain needs safety cues to regulate emotions. Boundaries create safe spaces for your feelings. You can be present for others without losing yourself. Start small. Decline an extra responsibility. Say, I need a break, or delegate a task. Each step rewires your brain to accept that your feelings are safe. 4. Practice vulnerability gradually. Social psychology shows that expressing vulnerability strengthens relationships. Share a small, real feeling with someone you trust. Notice that the world doesn't collapse. Each step rewires your brain to accept that your feelings are safe. 5. Practice play and curiosity. Early maturity often meant sacrificing curiosity and spontaneity. Neuroscience and developmental psychology both highlight the brain's need for novelty. Engage in small, joyful acts that are purely for you. Painting, music, or silly experiments. These aren't distractions. They're emotional recalibration. One simple mental model. Think of yourself as a river. Parentification built levees to contain the flow. The steps we discussed, recognition, validation, boundaries, vulnerability, and play, are channels. They gently redirect the water towards the ocean of your full emotional life. The river is still steady, but now it nourishes you too. You can remain the mature one without being alone inside. Your calm, your strength, your empathy, these are gifts, but they no longer need to come at the cost of feeling fully alive. You've carried more than many could bear, and that is extraordinary. Now, it's time to carry yourself with the same care. Slowly, gently, deliberately. Let the river flow freely. Your needs matter. Your emotions matter. You are worthy of being seen, not just as steady, but as fully human. And in that quiet recognition, the hidden cost of being the mature one begins to transform into a source of wisdom, empathy, and finally, peace.